All right, so the next section or next part of the section that we're going to talk about is adding or subtracting complex numbers. All right, when you do this, you can really just treat them as if they're like terms, and you'll combine your A with your A and your B's with your B's. So you can treat it as if it said 4 minus X plus negative 4 plus X. So you can treat them as if they're like terms. All right, so let's add these first, and then we'll talk about the rest that's being talked about here. So if we go to add these, we can then rewrite our like terms next to each other. So our A with our A, so we can do 4 plus negative 4, and then our B's with our B's, so then it's plus negative 3I plus 3I. Right? And then we will combine them, our like terms. So 4 plus negative 4 gives me 0, negative 3I plus 3I. You can think of it as it's negative 3x plus 3x, so that is equal to 0 as well. And then 0 plus 0 we know is 0. All right, when you have two complex numbers, which we have here, an A plus a BI, when we have two complex numbers that when we add them, it gives us 0, then that means that these two are additive inverses of each other. All right, so these two are additive inverse, because when we combine them, they equal to 0. All right, we're going to do one more problem where we're combining or adding complex numbers or subtracting complex numbers. All right, so the same thing with this one. You treat it as if it's combining like terms with variables. So we can treat the i's just like a regular x. Now with this one, unlike the last problem, it was plus. This one is minus. So when we do this first, we need to distribute the negative sign in. So we need to distribute that negative into the negative 2 plus 4i. So then this we will have 5 minus 3i plus, because we distribute the negative in, negative times negative gives me a positive 2. And then a negative times positive gives me a negative 4i. All right, so the first thing that you need to do is distribute the negative sign in. And then we're going to add these. So we want to add our a's with our a's. So it becomes 5 plus 2. And then we want to combine our b's with our b's. So then it's plus negative 3i plus negative 4i. And then we combine our like terms. So then 5 plus 2 will give me 7. And then plus negative 3 plus negative 4 will give me negative 7i. So we don't need to write plus or minus there. So our final answer will be 7 minus 7i. All right, so it's the same thing as if you're doing it with variables, but instead it's this I, which is representing an imaginary number. All right, with the negative sign, though, you need to remember to distribute that negative sign first, right, if you are subtracting. That's it for this section. The next video is going to be about multiplying complex numbers.